Hello everybody, today we're going to be going over how to bring off-the-shelf part CADs into Teamcenter and the proper naming process for that. Right now I'm going to bring in this miniature threaded valve because I find them extremely funny, just how small they are. And the first step is going to be going to this, clicking on the part info tab, I guess, and then downloading the step file. You can download a bunch of different file types. Step will make the process the most easiest. A few of these are drawings and two-dimensional. These are the 3D models, and pretty much we always just use step. So yeah, download the step file. Another thing I'm going to take note of is this part number that McMaster-Carr provides. If you're doing another website or another part supplier, just copy this, whatever part number they give for their product. We're going to be using it in a second. Now I'm going to open up NX and I'm going to make a new item by doing File, New, Item. Make sure you're with it, you're in inches and set to model. That should be default. And within this ID tab, we're going to be doing something different from the normal L40 whatever. Instead, we're going to follow the format of manufacturer or part supplier, and then dash part number. So that'll be the format we follow for off-the-shelf part CADs. So in this case, I'm going to type in MCM for McMaster-Carr. Typically, you would probably just type out the full name if it's not McMaster-Carr. If it's like Parker for a fitting or Habonim for a valve, type in Parker all caps or Habonim all caps. But in this case, we'll do MCM for McMaster-Carr. And if you're doing McMaster-Carr, you should also do the same. Then after that, I'm going to do a dash, and then I'm going to paste in the part number from McMaster-Carr. And you'll probably be left with some weird tabbing. Just make sure to get rid of that. And then I am going to skip over this revision because it auto-populates, and then I'm going to go down to name. And this is where it kind of gets important. We don't want to leave ourselves with a unintelligible part number and not really be able to understand what this part number correlates with. We want to add a bit of human readable description, just like we do for a part that we, or a layout file or part that we make ourselves. So to do that, I'm going to go back to this this info page on McMaster-Carr and learn a little bit about this random valve that I picked up on. And the main things you want to take note of are going to be size. So if it's a bolt, how wide is it? How long is it? Like what's the what type of thickness does it have? If it's a piece of sheet material, all that stuff. Material is also important, so we know if it's either cryo or ox compatible or will survive a certain load, what have you. And then the final thing would probably be like a thread type or a thread count. Also very important. So take note of the main things, also up to your discretion. In this case, I'm probably going to just say mini valve 1032 stainless. That's probably going to be enough here. Doesn't have to be super in depth, just something so the person reading it has a rough understanding of what's going on and they can look it up with the part number provided if they need to. So mini valve 1032 stainless. And that's okay to me. Maybe I'll move it around a little bit to make it mini stainless valve. And the main idea of why we import parts with this format is so that people looking to import the same part later down the road or use the same part later down the road doesn't have to import it. They can just look it up in the CAD, see if it's already there or not, and then import it into their assembly if it's already within our system, or go through the process that I'm going through right now to import it themselves. But once we create this file, I'm going to go into File and then Import, and then I'm going to scroll down to Step. There are 3 options for step. I always pick the middle one. I think you'll be fine if you pick the middle one here, the step 214 or the step 242. Like I said, I always default to this one and haven't had an issue yet. I think it's just a matter of version, and this is the version in between the other two. Open up your file navigator and then just click on the thing you downloaded from your part supplier, in this case McMaster-Carr, and then click OK. You shouldn't have to select any of the other options there, and then that should be good. You should have your part in there now. And then if you want to, I recommend this, in fact, is to recolor your part that you brought in, so it adds a little bit more detail and doesn't look like it's out of place within an assembly. So go over to View, go to Edit Object Display, click on it, click OK. Since this is a stainless valve, I'll make it a shade of gray. And then you can adjust the translucency as well. Sometimes that'll be helpful. And then click OK, and you're left with your imported part. And then make sure to click Save or press Control S. And that should be it. That's how you bring in off-the-shelf part into NX. I hope that helped. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.